Struggling to move on from a past relationship, whether that was dating or marriage, actually can be a very important sign of something happening inside your body that you may not have ever been taught about. Perhaps you find this person from your past regularly coming to mind. You might even be at work, you might even be with a new partner, and yet you find yourself consistently thinking about them. Maybe you find your mind struggling to move on and you're still churning away thinking about your past experiences with them. Or you might even feel this strong pull towards bringing them back into your life, even if they were not healthy for you. It's in that moment that so many people start beating themselves up or doubting themselves. They wonder if they have an unhealthy attachment style, and it causes a lot of pain and confusion. Every time we're in a relationship with another person, especially if there's intimacy involved, there's an energetic transfer that happens. There's an exchange. And remember, all emotions are energy, so we can actually pick up emotions from other people. We can pick up beliefs from others. If you date someone who is very depressed, you can take on the energy of depression. Just like they also pick up and take on the emotions and energy from you. This is one of the reasons why when we see celebrity couples, and often they start dressing like each other, they start taking on the same hobbies as each other, and you find that perhaps even one or both of them start changing their personalities quite a bit when they're dating, and then when the relationship ends, perhaps they start then behaving like their new person. And it seems like this constant change. What you're seeing is a visual representation of all of the energy that they're taking on from that other person. It's quite literally adjusting or influencing their thoughts, their hobbies, their beliefs, everything. And this is happening all the time in every relationship, marriage, situationship, everything that's always happening 24 hours a day. There's this exchange of emotions, of beliefs, behaviors, energies. But that energy has to go somewhere. And it's not vague. It doesn't say sit on the skin, or it doesn't just go in the mind. It has to be stored somewhere in the body. And the body doesn't love holding other people's energy. It feels foreign. It feels strange and different. It's not the same as your own. And so the body often looks for ways to try to get rid of it. But the body doesn't do that just on its own. We have to participate with the body as conscious awareness, as a soul. We have to participate. Otherwise, we can actually block it. And we can force the body to hold all of it, even when it's trying desperately to clear it out. Now, that energy, it gets stored in different parts of the body for everyone. But I'd say around the torso, around the reproductive organs is a very big spot, but it's certainly not the only. They can go into joints, tissues, all throughout the body. And that energy, when it wants to come up, when the body is trying to let go of it, it looks a bit unusual. It feels unusual because the brain often misinterprets what's happening. As the body tries pushing out, I say it's a bit like bubbling up. It's bubbling up this energy, and it's like the body is waving a flag to you saying, hey, I need your attention. There's something going on here, and I need your help. We need to get rid of this. But that act of waving the flag, it is interpreted by the brain as thoughts of that person. It feels like they're coming to mind all the time. Like we're suddenly remembering and reminiscing over past experiences with them, whether they were positive or negative, and feeling like we're constantly thinking about them. And it's at that moment that so many people say, well, if I think about them all the time, then clearly they were for me. Maybe they were my soulmate. Maybe they're the one who got away. And I would say, what if instead what you're feeling is your body is screaming out, asking you to let go of all you took on from them, because it's not yours. It never was. And it feels strange to the body. And we have limited space. There's finite space in the body. We don't have unlimited storehouses for other people's energy. And when we take on all this energy, it starts influencing our beliefs, our thoughts, our self-esteem. It starts influencing our emotions, our ability to emotionally regulate, how good we feel around other people and in other future relationships. It's actually very important. But very few people ever take this step after a relationship of energetic cleansing, of releasing all of this. Instead, they often bring that person back into their life and then take on even more of the energy. And you can see how this could turn into a very confusing cycle. When instead, we want to be really careful about, one, whose energy we're allowing into our life. Being very, very cautious about that. If we take someone into our life and they have very negative or hateful or depressed thoughts, know that that energy is now in you. And you might find yourself starting to feel really hateful, really angry, or very sad. You might start disliking yourself when perhaps before the relationship you felt great. And it makes perfect sense from an energetic perspective. Really, how could it be otherwise? Now, one of the first steps to clearing out this energy that you may be carrying in your body may sound a bit counterintuitive. Every time that we hold on to anger, disappointment, rage, betrayal, self-pity, any of the negative emotions, as long as we hold on to those towards that person we were in a relationship with, we are actually creating and strengthening our energetic connection to them. It's a bit like we're creating energetic cords to them. And every time we feed those emotions or those thoughts, we are strengthening that and we are feeding the energetic connection to them, which means we can continue taking on energy from them and we can continue having our own energy drained out, leaving us feeling depleted and still taking on more and more of them. So imagine trying to clear out your energy, clear out what isn't yours, while simultaneously still taking on more from people in your past, even if geographically they're nowhere around you and you're not speaking to them anymore. Energy does not concern itself with that. It would be such a difficult task. It would be like trying to pour the water out of a ship that is also simultaneously taking on water at the exact same cadence. This is very difficult, near impossible, right? It can be similar in our own energy as well. So what we first want to do is start focusing on sealing off our energy in a healthy way so that we're not continuing to take on or give out. And one of the most important ways to do that is to start forgiving. Look at the ways that you're holding on to negativity towards your ex, your people from your past. How are you holding on to negativity towards it? And how can you transform that by just identifying what it is they came to teach you? Every single person is brought into your life to teach you a lesson, either about yourself and how you are truly deep down approaching relationships, or how you're treating yourself, what kind of behavior you're tolerating. Can also be teaching you about different types of people that you didn't have any wisdom on prior to this relationship. But it came into your life to try to teach you, to help you get wiser, more aware, and ultimately so that you can live better and even happier. If we can identify the lesson or lessons that were given to you through that relationship, then there's no reason to hang on to and continue feeding all of the negativity. Knowing that feeding that negativity is actually only harming you. It's not helping you in any way. This is such an important concept of recognizing that there's such a strong energetic transfer that happens in relationships. But you can learn how to clear this out And hopefully be very careful in the future about whose energy you let in. Because ultimately, you're going to feel the most grounded, whole, and authentic when you are living from your own energy, not taking on that of others.